Two Kahnawa'kehró were recently awarded with honorary doctorate degrees at two prestigious institutions of higher learning. Alex McComber received his honorary doctorate at Queen's University in Kingston, while Kenneth Deer was honored at Concordia University. KTV got to speak with two people who have made a huge contribution to the community and beyond.
First of all, I was absolutely shocked when I got the phone call from Concordia that they were giving me this doctorate. It was totally, absolutely unexpected. And of course it's appreciated. But I also feel like there might be other people who are there are people who are probably more deserving than myself. That's the way I feel. So being an Indigenous person and always being like on the front lines of certain issues, you're never there alone. You're always there with others. So by winning this, it's not just me. I feel like I'm sort of also representing Indigenous people as well, like we always do everywhere we go. So I feel like it's just not me that's being honored, but it's the whole struggle of Indigenous peoples for their rights. And I think that's what it really represents. It started in 1971 when I became a counselor at Buildings. Everything led to being on the front lines of trying to keep our kids in school. Trying to make them feel as comfortable as possible. So that they can be successful. When you're on the front lines, you got no time to stop and say, "Hey, I think I'll get an education now." Never had that. So it's sort of this honorary doctorate sort of makes up for all that time that we couldn't go to school. So it's important, and I think also sometimes also people pay more attention to you if you're Dr. Kenneth Deer than if you're just Kenneth. And I think that'll have some impact on the outside. Mind you, here in the community, I'm still Kenneth. I'm not Dr. Kenneth. I'm just Kenneth. Everybody has a role for themselves in society, and what you have to do is try to find what that role is. Not everybody can be the big chief, the big leader, the clan mother, the president or whatever. But everybody has a role to play and to make sure that society is successful. And I use the whole thing about creation, our opening Thanksgiving, when we give thanks to all of creation. And we know the purpose of creation. We know the purpose of the grasses, the medicines, the trees, and the animals, and the moon, and the sun. We know all of those functions. But what we have to find is what's our function in creation. What is our part of creation? What is our role in creation? And that's the journey. That's the lifelong journey we are all on, is to find our right role in that journey.
Well, it's stunning, and I'm still so honored by it that my colleagues connived together to submit a proposal and letters of support to the university for the work that I've done, and what I said even during the speech, what we've done in health promotion, particularly around diabetes prevention in the last 20 years, because it's a whole collection of different things, It's not just intervention activities, but it's that research that we've been doing around prevention. It's around this relationship that we've built between Indigenous community and the university academia, between researchers and community members, of having this dialogue and these coming to these understandings and findings of, okay, how do we fight this diabetes? And here in Kahnawake, we have a stable prevalence rate since 1985. Sandy Lake is doing all kind of work with elementary school, and it's this ongoing constant collaboration, and how do we do it better, what else can we find out, and just being able to be involved with all that over all these years is what was being recognized. The morning of the convocation, I could feel my anxiety running, and I went for a run, I went for a jog, and just kind of started to collect my thoughts, and even some quotes and things that I'd like to use in my talk. And about an hour before the ceremony, I just went totally blank, and I looked at all my friends, and I said, I don't have an idea of even how to start this now. And the walk in and being seated on the stage in the front row, then it just really became so surreal, but at the same time, just so rewarding. Like, wow, like this is a recognition, and that honor was just feeling so good. After being robed by the chancellor, the women from the Four Directions Aboriginal Student Center at Queen's sang an honor song for me, right up on the stage. And while, yeah, that moment's about me, but it's me in context of being in a graduation ceremony with these other people who were getting their degrees in public health, in different sciences, but also in secondary education. And I commented on that, the irony of that, because my training is in secondary education, being a high school teacher as I started out, and public health is the work that we do with KSDPP and in diabetes prevention. So we're able to bring all that together.